Instead, we have the opportunity to make a habit of empathy, to recognize ourselves in each other.
You're right. As far as equipment on your table, you have ButcherBox pages on your table and markers, so feel free during the process tonight to doodle on your ButcherBox if you have some ideas come up. And the other papers we are going to be using, and I'll give you information on that shortly. Before I get into what we're going to do tonight, I have some thank yous. Number one, we have, where is Leon?
Right here.
Oh, there you are. Leon is a part of the Empathy Group, and he's a resident here at Redwood Gardens, and he so graciously made all the arrangements so that we could be here tonight. I think everybody can hear me without this mic, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. We were using this in case we had to really
We got the
expand.
Obama crowds out here.
And we wanted to thank Rains Cohen, who isn't here tonight, but he donated his space from the sustainability communities on Martin Luther King Way for 3 of our planning meetings, so we really appreciate that. We wanted to thank all the volunteers tonight that took the time to set up tables, to decorate, to bring food, to bring beverages and equipment. Thank you so much. And a special thank you to Terry Lamb, who's in the back there. He is volunteering his time to do some videotaping tonight in addition to Edwin. And so, as you know, when you walked in, since we're about video and film, this will be filmed, and that way it will be able to be shared with the rest of the Obama community, and it'll be up on YouTube. Let's see, I think I've done my business matters, so on to what are we going to be doing and talking about. We will be talking about, I'm calling this in some respects 101 on empathy, because a lot of people are hearing about empathy now, and actually Edwin picked up 2.5 years ago when he started listening to Obama. So we're going to talk a little bit about what is empathy, and really look at the basics of it. Then we're going to spend a little bit of time on Obama's concern about our empathy deficit. And we will also look at what is the need for empathy in healthcare. And then what's really, really important with any Obama group, we're going to look at what actions can we take. And we are going to also share some stories, positive stories of empathy in healthcare. So we've got a full agenda, and I think we're going to have a good time tonight. To start out, I wanted to tell you why we're here, which sounds like a strange thing, but how did this come about? And I think I share the same feelings many of you in this room have experienced. I'm talking for myself, but I think I could talk for the greater population. When I started watching Obama and started listening to him, he had a different dialogue than any of the other candidates I've heard in a long time. And he was talking about not issues very much, which got some people really upset, but he was talking about values. And as I listened to that, I began to realize how important that concept is, to look at the values that affect all our issues. And then something else that he does very, very well, and he has always done, is he emphasized, you're not electing me. I am going to represent you. You are the individuals that are going to change this country, that are going to make the difference, that are going to do the grassroots actions that will come to the top. And so this is what this is about tonight. It's about a grassroots movement of empathy. So with that, we are going to start with what is empathy? And instead of talking about a definition which sounds pretty dry, since we're about film, we are looking at a couple of film clips that look at the definition of empathy or represent empathy. Now the first one is, I think I'm pronouncing this right, it's not an Oscar-winning film. It's, it's Night in Rodantia. Now, for those of you that may not have seen this, the reason we selected it was we happened to rent it from Netflix in the last month. And we were planning this event, and all of a sudden we looked at a couple of the scenes there, and I thought, whoa, this is kind of interesting. I'm going to set it up for you just a little bit if you haven't seen it. Richard Gere.
Her favorite actor.
Okay, he's not a great actor. He plays a doctor, and he's a plastic surgeon. And he has had a very unfortunate situation occur to him. He was operating on a woman who just was having some plastic surgery. It was a simple procedure, and she dies on the table. And he decides to go and talk to the family, to the husband, who lives in Rodantia. And for those of you that don't know that part of the country, this is the Outer Banks of North Carolina. So we're going to take a look at the scene of where he goes to meet initially with the husband, and take a look at the dynamics there, because we're going to talk about this and get your reactions. And then, this is only a couple of minutes, and then we're going to look, I think that one is, it's a total of 3.5 minutes. The second film, which is back-to-back with it, is an old classic, Fred Astaire and Audrey Hepburn, and it's a whole different orientation. It's a fun look at empathy. And then after we take a look at that, think about, what do you think empathy is? What's your feelings about what you saw? And we'll just have a little dialogue about it. Okay.